The member from Renfrew, Nicholson, Pembroke.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Labour. This summer, I travelled across the province for committee hearings on Bill 148. From Thunder Bay to Ottawa, Windsor to Niagara, we heard from individuals and groups expressing their concerns about this legislation. The PC party believes that the minimum wage should be raised in a responsible manner, and that includes conducting an independent...
Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Start the clock.
That includes conducting an independent economic analysis so that all parties fully understand the ramifications of enacting these significant labour changes. Regrettably, the government did the wrong thing last month when they voted down our amendment to require such an analysis before Bill 148 comes into force. Speaker, will the Minister of Labour correct this error and commit today to an economic impact analysis so all parties have the necessary information before these significant labour changes come into effect?
Question. Thank you. Minister of Labour.
Speaker, thank you very much to the honourable member for the question. Speaker, it's not a surprising question. It's a topic of the day, Speaker, obviously. But what I'm hearing is so disappointing. It's disappointing to the people in the province of Ontario because we know that that party has now come out and said it's against increasing the minimum wage in this province, Speaker. And that is simply wrong. The leader has said he's not going to support a plan. It's going to help so many families across this province, Speaker. There's people out there that are working 35, 40 hours a week, more than that, Speaker, and they're not able to get by. We've been out, we've been consulting with these people, we heard from the same people, Speaker. We could not agree with that party any more, Speaker, than what they're saying. We don't believe anybody in this province that puts in a good day's work should not be able to pay their expenses, feed their family, buy clothes for their kids, Speaker. That is so disappointing.
Be seated, please. The member from Niagara West, Glenbrook, will withdraw. No, you stand up and withdraw. Supplementary.
Speaker, back to the minister. Given your and your government's about-face regarding the $15 minimum wage, it is perplexing to hear the minister refusing to get all the necessary information before enacting significant changes to employment standards and labour laws. As recently as January 19th of this year, the minister said this about a $15 minimum wage, and I quote, "When you dig down a little deeper into the issue, though, you realize it's got ramifications that go beyond the first initial political appeal. There's actually an awful lot of economic forces at play." Close quote. Speaker, we believe the minimum wage should be raised to $15 in a responsible way. But given the fact what the minister is saying, that now completely contradicts what he was saying earlier this year. What is the reason for not supporting our pragmatic amendment beyond crass political calculations and trying to save the electoral fortunes of your sinking...
Minister of Labour.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you again to the member for the supplementary. Speaker, you're either in favour of Bill 148 or you're opposed to Bill 148, people. Speaker, Bill 148 will change the lives of ordinary working people in the province of Ontario. Who tells us that? The opposition parties can ignore the economic analysis from the Centre of Economic Policy and Research, the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives. He can ignore the letter, Speaker, that came from 53 economists from across Canada. We had a fellow with the Royal Society of Canada, two former presidents, Speaker, of the Canadian Economic Association, one who used to consult with Jim Flaherty and the Conservative Speaker. He can ignore the support of 7 Nobel Prize-winning economists in the United States. Speaker, we have done our homework on this. We have gone out. We know that the best thing for people in the province of Ontario is to pass Bill 148. They either support it or they oppose it. I'm hearing today, Speaker, they oppose it.
Thank you.